Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today I will talk about um, aviation industries. My name is Muhammad Farhan bin Halim 200275. My last name is Muhammad Adam Rahman Yusni 200596. And today I will talk about um, focus on aviation industries. And today we are going to talk about challenges faced by aviation industry. The two main points. The first one is managing and retaining talent in aviation industry. Second one is about terrorism. Okay. For the first point, managing and retaining talent in aviation industry. And this can be further breakdown into two supportive points, which is lack of aviation skill from new workers and flight training is expensive. And for the lack of aviation skill from new workers, based on findings from aviation companies, the greatest need of flight crew, ground operation staff in the Africa, Asia Pacific, and in the Middle East. This shows that um, the biggest challenge for aviation companies is finding and retaining talents, and which is why recruiting applicants is the biggest challenge for aviation companies. And as we already know, to become a flight crew, there is a specific bar of age, and also to retire, there is also a specific age. And also to become a pilot or flight crew, it requires considerable training time and expenses. And which is why nowadays many aviation companies are trying to implement digitalization of airline processes, which means including self-service platform, which means less usage of humans and more to digitalizations. Um, and the second supportive point is flight training is expensive. As we already noticed, to become a pilot is not cheap and it is not for many people. And why flight training is expensive is because of the cost itself. It includes theory and flight instruction, aircraft and fuel, airport fees, aircraft parts, hangar facilities, exams and approvals, personnel and taxes. Um, Most of the applicants usually um, undergo their flight training from non-governmental bodies, which is self-paid, and it is the cost to become a pilot is very high because the aircraft itself and all the parts are expensive. That's all for me. We move on to my next partner.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Adam Luqman bin Husni. My matching number is 2000596. First of all, I will explain and briefing a short introduction about terrorism. So what is terrorism? Terrorism is activities that involve dangerous acts to human that violation of the criminal's laws. In the simple words, terrorism is activities that give threats to the humans. So when terrorism happen in aviation industries, it will increase drop in customers and passengers' safety is also jeopardized. For an example, when you watching some news in televisions and suddenly you heard about the aviation industry that have terrorism attack. So what do you feel? For me, I feel worried and we think about the plan to book a ticket or to travel to overseas, because if I have bad luck, I might be the one of the customers that have the same flight with the terrorists, and might be happen the terrorism in that plane. So it seemed like when we were passengers in some flight, and suddenly and at the same time the flight was hijacked by the terrorists, and the flight might be have an incident. So as the passenger we become traumatic, and we refuse to book the flight. So I will give you some examples of awful tragedies that affect the customers to refuse to buy a flight tickets. So the first is tragedy of 911 attack in the US. So basically, these tragedies involve 4 aircraft, which is at the earlier the aircraft was hijacked, and the terrorists used this aircraft to destroy the town and to destroy the building. So this happened on Tuesday, 11 September 2001, and the terrorist is Al-Qaeda, which is Islamic terrorist group. So next is the Russian A321 Airbus. So this aircraft was destroyed by the planted bomb, which is the bomb was planted by the one of the jihadist group Islamic State, which is we known as IS. So this bomb was planted and was put it in the luggage. So this luggage was placed on the aircraft, and when this bomb activate, it will blow up and the aircraft was destroyed. And according to that example, customers will fail to travel and will refuse to buy tickets, and this will affect the aviation industries, which is it will decrease the revenue because there are the lowest number of customers booking the tickets. So as the conclusions, all challenges can be faced by aviation industry if they put an effort in this problem. For an example, for terrorism, they can upgrade the security at the airport, which is they use the more technology in scanner, because scanner can scan the material in a luggage, so they can prevent from terrorism happen. And aviation industry also can give a motivation or send the new workers to have some industry studies, so they can apply the new experience on that to their works. So that's all from us.